Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 19 seasons, that's a lot, kid, but you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show, not the food though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. This is the voice of the proper host of the show, back from exile, and we're going to talk about it. Last week, kind of the HEPA violation that occurred last week, my medical information being leaked to everyone who listens to the podcast.
I didn't sign anything.
Reeves is here. You heard Reeves. Brian's here. We also have a guest who we'll introduce in a second. But I just want to say, if you listened to last week's episode, the secret's out. I got all my horny removed. So I'm no longer horny.
No.
Good.
So
It's safe again.
it's
It's
good.
back in the water.
It's safe for all the kids to go back at the pool. There's no horniness now. Okay. Everyone can, go back to their barbecues. It's been removed. So secret's out.
It's out there. We appreciate you allowing us to speak openly about it on the podcast. I feel like that was very therapeutic for a lot of people that are maybe going through the same issues.
Yep.
And we did get feedback that maybe we said the word horny too much. So
Starting off hard again this
we're
week,
starting off
too.
hard again. In case those people are annoyed,
Should we just
they're
say a
getting
different
it
word?
again.
Should we say a different word? Just sub out the H word for something else. I'll take pitches.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's already been spilled.
It's gonna come up though, so just in
All,
case.
I'm not gonna bring
all
it up.
shook up.
Great.
That's
okay.
mine.
Great. Okay.
Okay, so we have a guest this week because the person
Tight
who
in the
does-
pants.
The person who does show
That works
prep
one
is
way.
actually back this week. So this week's show will be, this feels more like the Pod Chef I know. Our guest this week is a licensed sailor of the Seven Seas and a world-renowned two-time passport renewer and holder. Taylor Kniffin is here.
Hello. Excited to be
Hello.
here.
Thank you for being in America.
Taylor, do you have birds?
Do you have a parrot?
No. Oh, no. It's
Okay.
my water bottle lid. Okay. I'm
Oh.
gonna put
Okay,
that down.
well, we were talking about you having a ship. We hear a parrot in the background.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised. I
Okay.
actually am a pirate. It's my secret
Uh-huh.
life. Nobody knows that, but
Mhm, yes,
secret's
Wow.
out now.
Yes, and
That's so nice. And it's so nice to know that pirates watch Top Chef on the open seas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And know
What
a
else you
lot
gonna
about
listen
it,
to?
don't they?
Because we know that
do.
airmen watch it, but now we know that seamen watch it too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that was just an excuse for you to say semen.
Mhm.
All shook up.
I'm all shook up.
Taylor, you've recently sailed the entire length of the United States, correct?
Yeah, something like that. For the record, I don't sail that often, but somehow I found myself on a
That's a
boat
lie.
sailing from Bermuda to Rhode Island this past summer. So I'm now an expert,
Bermuda,
and I know
Rhode Island.
Great.
that's the
So-
other Jimmy Buffett song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a whole pirate, but you don't sail very often. You just
But you
hang
sail
out.
I'm
from
only the
Bermuda
pirate that
to
steals
Rhode
the
Island.
treasure, not
Okay.
like the anything else. Yeah, and the
Okay.
rum drinking. I guess I could count myself in that.
Okay. And do you follow the old adage that the beatings will continue until morale improves?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you're not making a good case that you're not a pirate. You sailed from one island to another island, and the other
Can I-
island is made of roads.
I'm sorry. Are we certain that she sailed? Because we found out before the record that she had headphones via Delta.
They don't do boats.
So are you sailing or are you flying?
I flew there. I sailed back.
Okay. Well,
Honestly,
okay.
these headphones have who knows how many years that they've been around. I could have gotten
Yeah,
these
that's true.
on another voyage.
Maybe that's the treasure.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Delta. Like any airline in general, they just hand out those earbuds that look like they've been pre-used and put back in a
Yeah.
already open plastic bag, and you're like, "Thank you." You say thank you, but you're really like looking at them like, "Whose earwax is
Like,
this?"
why can't airlines just let you connect your Bluetooth headphones to their
Exactly.
movies?
Make the plane crash.
Yeah, the plane is going to crash if you do that lost situation.
Yeah.
You eat anything on that flight?
Ooh,
Any
here
food?
we go. Food, pod chef.
Ooh.
What the boat? Anything on the boat?
Yeah,
Eating-
what
oh,
about the
I
boat?
was in charge of
Hardtack,
food
salted
on the
meat?
boat. I was in charge of
Hardtack?
cooking. There
Ah.
was
Are you
There
sure
we
it was
go.
salted meat?
There we go. She was in the galley.
I was in the galley. Yeah, what did I cook? Oh gosh, this is so many months ago now. I think the best thing I made was actually something I personally didn't cook because I was getting seasick, but I had the ideas for these great quesadillas that we
You had
made
an
on the
idea for it.
boats, and I like put all the prep work together, and then I looked at someone and I was like, "You execute because I need to go."
Captain.
Yeah,
Captain.
Captain.
You-
My
you
captain.
looked at him and
Captain.
said,
Chef boss.
Yep,
"You're the chef now."
pretty much.
This is a yacht.
Yeah, big yacht.
It's a pleasure lot.
It was a
cruise.
50-foot sailboat with 8 people.
With the big sails. Clean the sails.
Yeah.
You clean the sails.
Yeah.
Did you have to trim the sails?
There was some trimming of sails. I learned what that meant on this
You
voyage.
hoist the mizzen mast.
I don't know what that means, but
Pirate.
yeah,
Pirate.
More pirate talk, I guess.
pirate talk. I know I'm a terrible pirate.
So while you were on the boat and you like kind of wanted to maybe watch something at night to fall asleep, and you're like, there's nothing on my phone. Did you like go to a website that was maybe illegal and download something?
Mm-hmm.
there's no Wi-Fi or service in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
That
Ooh, you
sounds
gotta
like
go
a
to the
no
pirate
butt to
bay.
me. That sounds like a no
Oh, I
butt
was
to me.
pirate. Oh my god, I'm so mad at myself that I didn't catch that.
What kind
God
of pirate
damn it.
improviser are you?
Ugh. Missed opportunity.
And we're educational here too. All of us are improv scholars. We know a lot about
Okay. Taylor, thank you for joining us this week. We have to keep talking about something last week. I got feedback from the listeners. The listeners said that there was no prep, there were no clips, there was no guests, there's lots of horny talk. They didn't even really hear the goodbye speech from who got eliminated. Like, people were saying that they were lost. So, Brian Reeves, explain what happened last week.
I'll give you some feedback that I got.
Please.
Best Top Chef portion review I've heard. The entire podcast.
Wow.
That is a review from a real fan.
Okay.
Now, they did not like the first part. They said that part was terrible and not funny. Too much horny and poop talk.
Uh-huh.
But the Top Chef part, very good. And I do feel like that's the one part that I excel at.
And I'm
I
gonna
watch the show.
I am gonna push back on one of those critiques, and that is the no prep. I did prepare a Tom's travel journal for the week before that we didn't read, so I did it on that one last week's.
Right.
So
I
there was
guess you
prep
did.
work there.
Wasn't there horniness in that as well?
No, he ate a bug.
He
Okay.
ate a bug and it got him
Okay.
sick. I remember it.
It was day 44, was it?
That's right.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
ate a bug.
Mhm.
Reeves told him not to, but he
It
did it
was a-
anyway.
Big
Okay.
beetle. For those that weren't listening.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor.
I didn't listen to last week's episode.
Taylor, what were your? Oh, I was gonna say, what was your opinion on last week's episode? So you're a fan Pod Chef? You like Pod Chef?
I'm a
You
new
like
fan.
the show?
I'm a new
You're a new-
fan.
Okay, let's run through the list here.
Yeah.
Maybe not a pirate. Maybe not a sailor. Watched a couple episodes of Top Chef. Maybe not a fan of Pod Chef.
Has a bird for sure. I heard it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might
Maybe
leave
has a
good
parrot.
Flies
review.
Delta.
Yeah.
Sometimes prepared, sometimes not prepared. Sometimes have my life together.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We're all in that same boat as
Mhm.
pirates.
Yeah, no, I'm almost 40 and my life's a mess.
But you've got some good looking headphones.
Total mess. Thank you. They're Sony's.
Oh, Brian, I'm so sorry. I think she was talking about my headphones.
Oh.
What kind are yours?
Mine are Sennheiser
Mm.
professionals.
Shout out John Heiser.
Reeves, you're supposed to tell us what you're.
I have the little things that go in your ears.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Worm.
move on to a segment we do every week. It's called Chefs I Prepared for You, where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and present it as if we're presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. I will go first, and there will be a freaking winner. Okay?
All right. I am competitive. I can tell you that much. So.
Well, you're a pirate, so makes sense. Chefs I Prepared for You. Short grain brown rice with spiced with curry, coriander, turmeric, and lemon juice. Baked zesty lemon chicken breast and sauteed stir fry vegetable medley with red peppers, green peppers, mushrooms, onion, and green beans. And I did all that on one leg
Damn.
because my other leg was too horny.
Tighten the pants.
Yeah.
I'm all shook up. Did you make the medley yourself, or was this
In a
like
bag.
in a bag?
It was actually in a bag because of my leg.
It didn't come with it didn't have like water chestnuts in it. That's my favorite part of a stir fry is the water chestnuts.
No. I actually looked for the bag that said on it. There was a bag that said water chestnuts or the bag for black people. And I just bought the bag for black people.
I thought you were gonna do like an almond joy thing.
Go ahead, explain that.
Well, because sometimes you feel like a nut, water chestnuts. Sometimes you don't.
You thought that's where I would go with that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So black people don't like water chestnuts.
Oh, and you had to say it.
It's a quite. I'm learning. Look, I learn every day.
I don't know very many restaurants that garnish more black visitors by saying we got a lot of water chestnut here. You know, it's the same as like a restaurant that has golden raisins. Who's that for?
Delis. The deli up here, I get coleslaw, got golden raisin in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did
who's
you
that for?
have the frozen medley on your leg and you thought might as well just throw this bad boy on there?
Okay, and I was hoping no one would figure that out.
Did you have peas for dinner the night before?
Okay.
You have a big T-bone steak also that night, fresh out of the fridge. Put that on your knee.
That was under my knee. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Good cook down there, just enough.
Yeah. So I woke up in the hospital and they said, you can keep that bag. And I was like,
It's nice.
that's nice,
Great.
but this is the chestnut kind. Do you have the non-water chestnut kind? And then the black nurse came by and said, I got you, dog. And she chucked it at me and it landed on my knee. And I said, I screamed in pain. And you know what they did? They hushed me. They shushed me. They said, shh, this is a hospital. I was like, I just had surgery and you just threw a bag of stir-fry vegetables at me and it landed on my surgery leg.
And what did they say?
They said, get in the wheelchair. You're talking crazy. You're on drugs.
You got committed. You went
Yeah.
up to the fourth floor.
Yeah. So they put me upstairs. Then I said, when's my mommy coming? And then they called my mommy and she signed some papers and got me out of there.
Do you think it was the pain that triggered the reaction, or do you think it's the fact that in your life there's a pattern of people trying to silence you, Brian?
So I think it's both. I think it's a little of both. But I will say I'm happy that they are not using those chemical ice bags anymore, and they are just using vegetable bags. So they're like getting patients to eat healthier.
Yeah. And you get a
You know.
surgery and you get a week's worth of groceries all at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah. Talk about HelloFresh.
Yeah.
You know?
And when we talk about it, inflation, groceries cost as
a
much as
lot.
surgery.
Yeah.
Trader
Unless
Joe's
it's
is not
surgery.
as cheap as it used to be.
Yeah.
Last time I went to
So-
the doctor, they gave me one of the medical, you gotta pop them before you use them ice packs, and she made me pop it myself.
She just tossed it to you and said,
Hey,
"Here
so
you
what
go."
am I paying for?
And they still charge you for it too.
Yeah.
It said nurse popped ice pack, and I was like, no,
I popped that.
Did you
so take
ask
that
her?
charge off.
patient popped ice pack. Did I what?
Did you ask her, can you please pop this for me?
I think she couldn't get it, and she was like, "You look strong," and I was like, "Oh yeah." Like,
So
like-
you're trying to prove it to her, yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. She was like, "You can't." She's like, "This is so strong, you can't even do it." You want to bet?
Yeah. You
She was like-
struggle, finally pop it, then you
Yeah.
pass
Watch
out.
me.
Yeah.
She was
That's
like,
how
"And
you-
this," and she was like, "This hospital's so dirty, you couldn't even clean this hospital. You're so weak." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll show you.
No.
Clean the whole thing."
Yeah.
Yeah, you
She
couldn't
said-
do a 12-hour shift tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, of course
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
I showed her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brian missed
Yeah.
that
She
recording.
She gets a vacation.
Yeah.
She was like, "You can't be a Caribbean nurse," and I was like, "I'll show you." And that I couldn't do. I got lots of trouble.
That's good.
Well, that's
That's
because
good.
of the paint that you put on. That's
Yeah,
why you
it-
got in
Do you
trouble.
want to describe the paint?
Yeah,
that
do you want to
put
talk about the
on,
paint you put on?
process?
And
Yeah.
the accent you
I
used?
painted my shirt to look like a nice like sunset with coconut trees and palm trees.
Sure.
Yeah, but it just
And-
looked like a bunch of black people in trees because you
I'm not a
used too
good
much
painter.
brown. Yeah, you're not. We know that.
Yeah.
That's what they kicked you out of the Caribbean for.
Yeah.
Also, the accent that you were using. I
They-
don't know why you try and do these Caribbean accents.
They described it as like Sebastian the Crab, like I
Uh-huh.
think the accent you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, if Sebastian can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, I mean he's a crab.
I said if Sting, singer not wrestler, can do it, I can do it.
Sting the wrestler.
The
Singer not wrestler.
singer.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like
Star
from
of
the
Doom.
police.
I recall to call you up.
And there's
1,000
the accent
times today.
again, and there it is.
I'm doing Sting.
Okay. So that's what I had.
I hope he doesn't can you.
So that's what I had.
Great.
Chefs, I prepared for you some turkey chili, baby.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Finish.
Beans, no beans.
Kidney beans. Let me list it out. So turkey
please.
chili. Then you had your aromatics, lentils, kidney beans, tomatoes.
Oh, they ran out of tomatoes.
They ran out of tomatoes. I had to get the tomatoes. What else is in that bad boy? Oh, like
Corn?
red peppers. No corn. Actually, corn's a good idea. I should maybe do corn next time.
You know what you should
Um,
do? You should smoke the corn first and then put it in.
Oh, like over the grill, like smoke it a little
Yeah.
bit and then pop it.
Get that little
I
char in there.
Give a little smoky flavor to it. Yeah, and then you spice it up and you just kind of cook it down with some stock. Finish it with some nice sour cream, some
Yes.
chives, some cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you do any crackers or anything in it? A little dipping cracker
No,
or no? Okay.
no,
Okay.
Any bread to boom the rest of the
Yes.
sauce?
no.
He just threw the
Just-
sauce out? Did you throw the sauce out?
Throw the
Wow.
sauce out.
Wow, we're going back.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Naturally came out.
long-time listeners will remember.
Here, old slobs stealing
Ken.
that too. Do you guys remember? Do you guys when my mom and she was cooking for us, we would have chili and it was always served with blueberry muffins, like those instant blueberry muffins. Like always, that was always the pair. So I would like dip the blueberry muffin in the chili and eat that. Like instead of
Blueberries.
cornbread, it was like a blueberry muffin.
That is a combo I've
Ah.
never heard of.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like they were like instant blueberry muffins, so there weren't like actual blueberries in it, so it wasn't like a fruity thing. Try it sometime though. I liked it.
My mom would always make blueberry muffins with pork chops.
Oh.
I remember that.
Were your pork chops, or were they like shake and bake pork chops?
They were shake and bake, brother.
Hell yeah, they were.
Shake and bake, brother.
Hell yeah.
I've
Yo, I
ne-
eat that seasoning out of the bag with my hand.
It's real good.
I,
Wait,
this
Taylor,
is
you said
blowing
you've
my
never had-
mind. I'm trying to wrap my mind around blueberry muffins with any sort of savory dinner. Like I can't quite get there. I believe
Man.
you both. I'm trying. I'll take your word for it. Maybe I'll try it.
Okay, it sounds like she doesn't believe. me, but
Hashtag
you're-
believe men.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
Taylor, I thought you were gonna say that you've never had shake and bake.
Oh no, I've
Yeah.
had shake and bake.
Okay.
Okay.
Phew,
Because if
yeah.
you said you've never had shake and bake, I was like, that's pirate bullshit. She's definitely had shake and bake.
I've had.
Reeves,
Shake and bake.
I like a turkey chili. It's chili
Yeah.
season. It's time for this.
So
that time of year.
here's my question I gotta ask.
Mm.
You have that cow in the backyard.
Mhm.
Was there a reason why you didn't have beef chili?
Well, the problem is mainly with the cow,
Okay.
right? So, of course, I don't know if I've said this on air before, but there is a cow that lives in my backyard. It has moseyed its way in there, and it has taken up space,
Mm-hmm.
and it's eating my grass, and
Mhm.
sometimes it uses my car. So when I went out to, because you good point, I went out to ask the cow if I could use it for a meal.
That's the least he could do.
The least I could do. I mean,
Yeah.
this is person.
You're eating all this grass. He's grass fed. He's 100% grass fed.
You let him
Yes.
use your car.
That was part of the idea. Is like, okay, well, I get this free range
Car
grass
bred,
fed urban
grass-fed.
cow. Yeah. But the cow was not there.
Oh.
So car gone,
Yeah.
moped
Okay.
gone
Wow.
too. So I
The
guess the
moped.
chicken took that.
The moo pit.
Yeah, Mooped Taylor with the joke.
Nice.
Mhm. So because of that, I had to go turkey.
It's probably it's probably a poop head now back there.
Poop
You
head.
gotta park it back there. Who's
Mhm.
cleaning up the poop?
That's my job at this
Oh
point.
God, that's awful.
Yeah.
Sounds like you get the short end of the stick.
Yeah,
You get the
Taylor.
grass, the moped,
I really
and
do.
you're scooping up shit.
Yeah. It's pretty terrible. It's pretty rough. I got a cow living in my backyard, and I'm
And
scooping
using
up
his
his shit.
car.
He's using my
Wow.
car all the time, and he
And he's
crashed my
going through-
moped.
Yeah, and he's constantly going through like checkpoints. And Reeves doesn't have Easy Pass, so they just
Yeah.
get these little letters every couple of weeks with the cow driving the car picture. And $35 here, 25 cents there. It
That
adds
adds
up.
up.
Oh,
It adds
Yeah.
up, and I tried to
That's-
get on the site, and the site doesn't work.
That's how they get you.
Doesn't work
Yeah.
for me. And
Didn't
I
you-
called them, and they said, "Just go to the site, please." I said, "I keep going to the site; it doesn't work."
Yeah,
Well,
it won't take the payment.
Mm-mm.
What are you gonna say, Taylor?
I was gonna say you should have the cow try to go to the site, but it might say like prove that you're human, and then the cow wouldn't have any luck either.
Yeah,
So-
those recapture things really are.
First thing I did was
Yeah.
have the cow go to the site. Ran right into that. Shut down my computer, and then we're getting into a very old problem that I've had, which is with my technology, and I don't want to get into that.
Being too
Yeah.
strong.
Yes.
Chefs, last night I procured for you.
There we go.
Well, you know what? We had a date night. Hashtag date night. My wife and I,
Mm.
little date night, went to a little Italian place. Let me tell you about this little Italian place.
What's the name of it?
Da Peppo. It's this
Okay.
cute little Italian place inside of a bookstore.
Is it called the Peppo, or
Oh.
were the lights for the buca part off?
No,
Okay.
it's well, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think she went to Buca di Peppo.
Well, this was a bookstore. Maybe it was Buca de Peppo.
Buca.
Taylor, you like that one?
I
Moop,
really do.
moop head.
Brian, don't check in with the guests. to see
Let's
if they
run
like
all
your
these past
joke.
the
Okay,
new,
okay.
the new fan.
So we went to De Peppo in a cute little bookstore. Also picked up some books that I pre-ordered that I had forgotten about. So got
Mhm.
those.
Okay.
This sounds like
When
my
I'm being-
dream, like a bookstore in Italian food. I need to go
Mhm.
here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's in Montclair, New Jersey.
Oh, that
and,
place is a dream. I've been there.
It's beautiful.
Big
Lots of
houses.
stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna run so much money. And we're in there, and we got some stuff. We started off with a little fried zucchini blossom stuff with some goat cheese.
Wow.
Got a little kale Caesar salad in a crouton bucket, which is a little round crouton with salad stuffed into it.
Did you finish the
Oh.
whole bucket?
I ate the whole bucket.
Mm.
The boy from Nantucket ate the whole bucket.
What else did we have?
Had salad dressing on his face to spare.
It's also BYOB. A lot of places in New Jersey are BYOB because
Being
the,
your own breast?
Okay.
Being your own
well,
breasts.
I guess the surgery.
Yeah, I think the doctor
I
didn't
think
really.
the meds are kicking in.
They didn't
now.
get it all. They didn't go back in there and get it all out.
Well, you can never get it all.
That's
You can only
true.
hope to get most
Well,
of it.
here's the thing though. Here's the thing. When you got done, did you ring the bell?
Hmm.
Oh, no, I didn't.
So it's still in there. They still
So
got
it's
some in
probably
there.
got
There's
some in there still.
You got to go back for some additional
Gotta
treatment.
ring that horny bell.
Carrie got a gnocchi, and I got this cacio e pepe with these little homemade thick. They were thicker, like half the length of a spaghetti noodle, but thicker and a little twisty. They were called Mama Nona's noodle,
Hmm.
and man, it was fabulous. And then after that, we went and
Really good.
saw Rumors of Fleetwood Mac, which is a Fleetwood Mac cover band. So
Mm.
yeah, we had a date night.
Was that
That
still
sounds
at
amazing.
the library cafe that you ate at?
No, we
Yeah.
went across town to the Wellmont Theater.
Wow.
And the
Ah.
person who sat behind us, if he's listened to this, sir, congratulations. You have the worst voice I've ever heard in my entire life.
Was he singing the whole time, just right in your ear?
He sang as much as he could, and he'd often make the words up and things he was going.
Yes.
And it sounded like he was moaning. It was like, at
Oh.
first I was so mad, and I just laughed the entire time with how bad it was. Congratulations, sir. You have
He
the
was
worst
having
voice
fun.
I've ever heard. Yeah,
was
and that's
having
what you
fun.
got to do.
Yeah.
You're either going to be really mad or you're going to be like, whatever, this
Yeah.
is stupid.
So,
or this is a story
question
to
was-
tell, and here you are telling it. So
Yeah.
Yep. Thank God I have a story to tell.
Because if you don't on this podcast, you get bird noises. Put
If
on
I
your-
don't, people would
just assume you have a parrot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right.
basically.
And I don't.
Yeah. We definitely don't.
No. So that's all my food.
Brian, I have a question. When you went to the concert,
Please.
was anyone wearing the band's t-shirt? Because
Maybe
that's where you're supposed to wear
Maybe
it.
some nerds, but not really.
That's a good question.
I'm
Would they
I'm
be
not-
wearing the band, like the cover
Oh,
band's
so that's
t-shirt?
okay. Yeah, no,
or-
that's
Oh, the
okay,
cover
yeah.
bands or
or
the real
Fleetwood?
bands.
Yeah.
If you were wearing a Fleetwood Mac shirt at a Fleetwood Mac cover band show, I think that's okay.
Why is
Wait,
that?
question:
okay?
would it be better to wear like the Rumors album thing,
I
or
think
like
that's
a
okay.
different
That's okay.
album? Because it's like
That's
if
okay.
they're called Rumors of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hmm.
They played all of Rumors front to back. Then they played a couple of like deep tracks and some 80s tracks.
Nice.
Then they like rounded it off with, the hits, finished off with Rhiannon. Solid set.
And you heard like that set and then the encore behind you.
Yeah, well, because he
Yeah.
was off too the whole time.
Well, he's the cover band.
Yeah.
He's the
yeah.
cover band of the cover band
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
Fleetwood Mac.
and he wasn't good. They were pretty good. It's a steep drop off from like
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac to Rumors of Fleetwood Mac to the guy behind. It was
Yeah.
huge.
He's just by himself though. I mean, he's got no music accompaniment.
That's true. That's true.
Was he by himself, or did he have someone with him?
He had a lady.
Was she
Was
singing?
she just sitting down shaking her head?
I think
Or
she
did
was
she
okay
think he
with
was
it.
good?
I don't know. At one point, I think she said like, "I want to learn an instrument." He was like, "Okay, yeah, you can do the drums or guitar, and I'll be the vocals." And I was like, "Please do that."
You can do
Please.
everything else. All I'm gonna do is sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember those debates when Rock Band came out, and people were like, "Who's gonna sing? Who's gonna do the drums?" It was like people.
What would you
fight.
do?
I would sing. People would ask me to sing.
Oh,
and I
I've
they
can't,
never
ask
heard
you to
you
sing.
sing.
I can't sing, but on that, I knew some songs. But
You can't sing, but people would ask you to sing.
people would ask me to sing, mostly because no one else wanted to sing, and I was like, "Well, I just want to hang out, so I'll take the bullet." So
Peer pressure. Yeah.
Peer pressured
Want
into
to hang
it.
out with us? You got to sing.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, all right, Taylor, what'd you have?
Chefs, I have procured for you
Yes.
some Annie's mac and cheese,
Okay.
I'll get you
elevated
prepared on that.
Mhm.
with
Yeah,
with
we'll
a
get you prepared.
little
It's a prepared.
Parmesan
prepared.
cheese on top, some
Uh-huh.
red pepper flakes,
Mhm.
salt, small molten salt, little pepper, fresh cracked pepper, and some lemon zest on top as well.
Is this the purple box?
This is the purple box, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I was gonna say if you're putting Parmesan cheese on the yellow box or the orange box.
No. Purple
Mm-mm.
box.
No.
Classic.
Okay. Okay.
Here's a question: do you salt your water when you make mac and cheese?
I do.
That's good to hear.
Is it
Yeah,
like
she's
seawater?
not
Is it
gonna
like
fall for that.
Is it like
She's
sipping
not
on the
gonna fall for
ocean?
It
tastes
is.
like the
I need to boil my water like I sail on it. So.
Well,
because
once.
I'm a pirate.
Yeah,
Once.
Once. More like when you
The
fly
one
over
time.
it. Yeah.
She's leaning
So,
over the boat, getting water. And they're
I'm
like,
gonna
"What are you
go
doing?"
back to
"About
the
make
sailing
pasta."
thing really quick because this is a. I should have brought this up earlier.
Okay.
My dad loves to sail. Doesn't have a boat, just loves to sail, and he was
Mhm.
really hoping his daughter would inherit this same passion. And at
Mhm.
the age of 10, I just had a bad experience and got some stitches on my forehead, and I swore off sailing for like
Okay.
20 years. And so I was just a really stubborn kid and did not refuse to go sailing again. So when I say one time, it really is one time as an adult that I did it. And it was from
Then
Bermuda,
you
Rhode
came
Island.
back and you sailed again.
Yep. here
And
we
did you
are.
love it, or was it like what I've been missing out on, or were you like, I don't need this to do this ever again?
It was this was a really, really great experience, and I would do it again, but I don't need to do it all the time.
This feels like an anime character's arc.
No one gets this.
I don't know
One
much about
person
anime,
listen.
but it could be a good
One
story
person
arc.
gets this. One person gets this. Young
Yeah, we know what
kid
story arcs are.
the dad tries to get the kid to like take on sailing passion.
Any
get hurt.
passion. Insert your yeah.
Any passion. You get traumatized. You swear off that passion. You start becoming a pirate.
And then at some point, your little brother gets turned into a robot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taylor, you eating that whole box?
Oh yeah. I don't share.
Okay.
And I don't
Okay.
save for
Okay.
later.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Was that all you had? Was just the mac and cheese?
Just the mac and cheese.
Okay.
Got home late, was tired, procrastinated on my phone for an hour, and then I was like, oh darn, I gotta eat something. So
Mhm.
Second question: you eat it out of the pot, or you put it in a
no,
bowl?
I put it in a bowl.
Civilized.
Put it in a
Civilized.
bowl, and I
You
make
must
it
have a
look
dishwasher.
really fancy, right? So it's like I'm serving this to you, chefs. Like I need to plate
Mhm.
it well.
Yeah.
You clean the sides,
Yeah.
Yeah.
tweezers to place the red chili flakes on it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yes.
Basil. Did you put any basil on top?
I did not put any basil on top, and I should do that next time.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, we're chef connoisseurs,
Yeah.
food connoisseurs. So
I have a lot to learn, clearly.
yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. I
So
just
who's
said,
gonna win this one?
okay.
I'll vote first. I vote for myself.
I guess
Solid
I'll
vote. Solid vote.
I'll vote second. I vote for myself as well.
Okay. I'm gonna vote for.
Well, you can't vote. You procured food.
I can still. Since when is that a rule?
I just made it up.
You
Yeah.
can't change the rules.
You can't do it if you do that. It's if you procured food or if you have a felony, you're not allowed to vote.
It was expunged. It was weed related, and Biden took care of it for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it'd be
So-
fun to make the guest pick who wins, but I guess I won't vote. I guess she still picks who wins. Anyway.
I think
I was gonna say, I
Whatever.
still pick who wins, or I vote for myself, and it's just
Yeah.
a tie.
Yep.
Oh God! And you know what happens if you tie?
You gotta kiss your sister. Wait, it's cousin, I think.
How
I'm not familiar with
I'm not
either
familiar
one
with
of
the
those.
rules here.
Yeah. Brian needs surgery.
That's some chickadee thing.
So who are you
I'm
voting for?
gonna vote for Reeves because
Thank you.
you actually cooked a meal and chili sounds really good, and I just honestly feel bad for you with that cow, man. Sounds like a lot of work.
Thank you. That means a lot. I
So,
take back
sympathy
all
vote,
the hard, mean things that I've said to you at this point.
Hold on, I
After
cooked
I
a
that
can
meal.
take them.
Hold on a
After
second.
that.
I cooked a meal.
You did.
Yeah, but she picked a winner, and it
She
wasn't
picked
you.
the winner.
Sorry,
I
Jamal.
win.
She thought
Okay.
Reeves's meal sounded better.
Okay.
Sorry, when I said cooked a meal, I meant like put ingredients together instead of opening up a frozen bag and putting it on the stove.
I'm on one leg here. I don't have
Taking
time
you.
to be dicing peppers.
Oh yeah. Do you want to? Well, do you want to tell me this, Jamal? Do you want to win on merit, or do you want us to give you the win because we feel bad for you? You had to do it with one leg.
This is a good question.
I want to win because you feel bad for me.
That does not seem like the side that you would take ever.
Well, I'm drugged up right now.
Either you. That's okay. Yeah.
Okay, we'll give you that.
All right, Reeves won. Congratulations,
Jamal, you're
Reeves.
probably like in
Hell
the,
yeah.
you're like in the sky right now. You're probably so drugged up, right?
Oh man, I'm out there, man. I'm floating. I
Yeah.
can see some Thunderbirds. We'll be right back.
Well, you
after
didn't
this.
include the drugs when you were telling us what you had for dinner last night, so maybe that should have been a side.
Taylor.
Excellent timing, Taylor. That
Taylor.
was perfect.
I
Absolutely
was trying to
perfect.
do a
I loved it.
segue, a perfect segue to the break, and you destroyed
No,
it.
Sorry,
Taylor,
I'm new to podcasting.
She's the guest. What were you
She's
saying
the
again? We
guest.
got
I
to
don't
keep talking
even know
about
what
this.
I said. Go on.
No, what did you say? Let's get it out
Let's get into
before
it.
we go to break.
I think I said that, Jamal, you should have listed the drugs that you were on as a side to your dinner.
That's actually good. I should have listed that as a side.
Your cocktail.
It is a cocktail. I should have
Mhm.
the cocktail to wash it down. Why didn't I think of that? I'm so bad.
Maybe
at
I would have voted for you
comedy.
if that was part of it.
Pod chef.
That clip that. That's the one we're using
That's
from
the-
now on.
that's the one we're using.
Pod chef.
Make that the break sound from now on.
Pod chef.
And we're back, episode 108 of Pod Chef, Top Chef, season 6, episode 3, Thunderbirds. You know, because we just did the smoothest transition to this part of the episode. Taylor, what is your impression of the show since this is your first time watching?
My impression of the show is, well, first of all, wow, is it 2009?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched the first episode ever of Top Chef, and I was like, this is interesting. I don't know if I would watch this all the time. And now I have watched 4 episodes, and I think I'm going to keep watching.
Okay.
Maybe
so
not all
it's
the
got
time, but I'm
Yeah,
hooked.
it's got.
Well,
Yeah, this season's got some claws in
I'm
you.
intrigued. Yeah.
Okay.
The sibling rivalry is I know they're playing it up, but I'm here for it.
Okay.
They're not playing it up. They actually hate each
Yeah,
other.
they
They
actually
do
do
hate each other. And
Yeah,
it's built
there's
on
a-
a history of mistrust and then
Yeah.
lies based
Don't
on
Google it
Brian's,
because it's a lot.
his origin story. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, that anime arc is dark.
Mhm.
All right, yeah. So let's talk about this quick fire. It's potato famine this week because all the potatoes in Las Vegas seem to be in the Top Chef kitchen for this quick fire challenge,
Right.
where
Yeah.
each chef had to create an out of this world dish using an assortment of different potatoes.
Why did
And-
she make it? Why did she say that part? There was no UFO reference in the whole thing.
I don't know.
She seemed like it was going to be tied out of this world. and
Can
then
we-
didn't go anywhere.
I think the judges were in a tiff this episode. They seemed very mean this episode, more than usual.
Oh, they
Like-
were giving it to him at judges' table.
yeah.
They were like, they wanted to fight.
Yeah, Padma and all of them were like giving like curt responses back to people. This
I
episode.
think
was
what
like,
happened,
"Oof."
and Tom told me this. I actually, because I brought it up to Tom, I was like,
Oh, you
everyone seemed
talked to
really
Tom.
pissed off. Well, I mean, I talked to his secretary, and she relayed what he said back to me. So it could be. We know that Charlotte likes to. She changes things sometimes from what Tom actually says. She cleans it up. She, censors some things. But I got her to ask him like, why everyone seems so upset this episode, and she told me that Tom told her that it's because the night before they were out in the casinos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they every single one of them lost it all. They lost it all.
Wow.
One by
Wow.
one, they lost it all. Tom, he was on the craps table, and he was like down to his last chip, and he said, I'll put my house on the line. And then he lost. He rolled snake eyes and lost it. And he said, no! And Padma said, hold on, I got this. Went right up behind him on the craps table. Same thing. Last chip. She was like, okay. Put my house on it. Rolled it. Snake eyes out. No house. No. Gail comes up. And she says, I know what I'm doing. Put my house on it. And then she wins. She wins. And that means she gets their house. But then she was like, let's keep this train rolling. When again, lost it all. So they were a little upset because they all had lost everything the night before. And this is what Charlotte told me,
I
Tom's
was going to
secretary.
say,
So
that's amazing. And I wonder what the story that Tom told her was, since Charlotte always cleans up.
right.
Like, that story's got to be I mean,
Yeah.
Well, maybe what happened is they tried to
Risque.
win it back, and then they just won like 1 million pounds of potatoes instead, and not their own.
And they brought
And
it
they
to
were
the
like,
quick
"What are we
fire.
gonna do with all these potatoes?"
That makes
Yeah.
way more sense than
Yeah.
Brian's fucking story.
yeah.
It wasn't my story, it was Charlotte's story.
Tom's story to Charlotte.
Tom's
Yes.
story relayed from Charlotte and cleaned up to you.
Yeah.
I don't want
Taylor's
to.
end part of it makes way more sense.
Yeah, I'm just using logic here.
Also, is that a sous chef?
I
see
was
in your
going to
house?
say, it seems like there's a little sous
Yeah,
chef in
this
you
your
have
is
a
my
house.
sous
first
chef?
Very
sous
nice.
chef.
That's
who
great.
just
Does
woke
your
up from a
sous chef
nap.
have a name?
And
Her,
he,
Okay.
her name is Moxie.
Oh.
okay,
Oh.
and is Moxie professionally trained in anything? French cuisine, American,
Yeah.
modern American.
French cuisine. She
Yeah,
can
me too.
dice like the best of them.
Nice skills.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it helps that she's got 4 paws that she could just hold a knife in each hand.
And I see she's okay with just giving kisses to coworkers. That's my sous chef does the same thing. He says it's
Yeah,
because he's
it can be a
French.
problem in a lot of kitchens, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we know that chefs can do whatever they want.
Yeah. Chefs
Yeah.
allowed to do whatever they want to get the food out. That's the rule.
Hmm.
Oh, wait. Can we really quick go to, and I meant to talk about this, and it's
Oh,
not in
God.
your notes here, I think.
Oh God.
Preeti tells us that she's a cook because of 9/11. And
Let's
she
skip to it
explains
now.
yeah.
Oh,
Let's skip to
right.
it now.
She explains it as such. She says,
Should have got that clip.
9/11 happened, and the only thing that made sense to me was cooking. So a few years later, I went to cooking school.
She
Which
sat
means
on
she
it.
sat on it, really thought about it.
Well,
There's like,
Or her age could have played in. Like, how young would she have been?
she wasn't able to enlist
You're
in
never
the
too
chef.
young to go to cooking
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
well, there was that movement after 9/11 where they were like, should we start drafting more chefs?
They needed him.
Well,
they
I don't
needed
know
them.
if we're allowed to talk about this, but it was revealed later that she is a part of SEAL Team 6. It was
Mm.
5
Oh.
of the deadliest combat assassins known to Americans, and then one chef.
Well, they gotta
dropped
eat.
in there.
Yeah, they got to eat.
Yeah.
You never
And
know
they,
how long these
well,
missions
they
are.
were a little. I mean, they're very brave, but they were a little scared to go in. So they're like, "Let's send Preeti in.
Yeah.
She's gonna go in her chef outfit. She's gonna roll in with
Yeah.
this big bin, and like have a cover. She's gonna open the cover, then they jump out.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
They
yo,
cased the
yeah,
joint.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
She walks in, they do a Trojan horse. Everyone's like, oh, snap, we're getting catered lunch. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's it going to be? Unveiled. SEAL
And
Team
yeah.
5.
He jumps
Yeah.
out, says
Yeah.
something action movie like.
And then afterwards,
Like,
she cooked for them.
should we go to the writer's room and say what they might say when they jump out that's food related
Yes.
and actually related?
You guys
Let's
went
get
to the
there.
writers' room last week.
We did go in,
And it
we
went
can-
well,
it
so why
went
not go in
very
again?
well.
Okay, let's go back in. But I just don't like that you went there without me.
That's okay.
It's
Taylor,
supposed
do
to
you
be a
wanna
thing
come
that
with
the
us?
writing team goes to the writers' room.
Where are we going? But sure.
First of all, you got to take your shoes off because there's no shoe rule. So
Yes.
take your
I'm
shoes off,
barefoot.
Taylor.
So-
First
It's
of all,
really
take your
nice
shoes
now.
off.
Take your shoes off, Taylor.
Yeah,
So,
please.
there's
Respect
actually
the
brand new
room.
carpet in here, so
It's nice though. It's shag carpet. It's
Yeah.
really nice. It's
Yeah.
plush.
it feels good between the toes.
So it's
Okay.
this room right here, not the other room. The other room is the
It's a portal to hell, basically.
Yeah, you don't go in that
Yeah,
one.
don't
Okay.
go
This
in
room,
that room.
this is the room that we go in when we want to come up with jokes to help Top Chef.
To
So
help
like,
Top Chef.
but this time we're helping a scenario that we came up with. So this is.
Mhm.
But so what we're doing is we're pitching one-liners that someone
Yeah.
would say in an action movie if it was Preeti pushing a catering cart full of SEAL Team 5. And Osama bin Laden's in there and he's watching porno and playing video games. We know what he
Mhm.
did. And they roll up there and they're like, "Oh, sweet, catered lunch."
Yeah. And then like
Off comes the thing, and what do
someone-
they say?
someone chucks a grenade and says, "Here's an amuse bouche."
Okay,
Yeah.
amuse boom.
Someone says sous vide this.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone says
Someone orders shredded chicken, and they have like an automatic gun. Like,
that one's pretty good.
That's-
That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
Brian,
Uh,
you're sweating right now.
No,
Is
hold
it-
on.
Is it the
hold
heat?
on.
Is it
Hold
the
on.
heat? We can. I think there's a thermostat.
Okay,
over
I'm gonna
here,
walk
please.
to the thermostat and
It's
turn it
knives
down.
out.
Yeah.
It's knives out.
is good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And Taylor's
so now
dunking in
she's
here
part of the
too.
writers'
And
room now.
Brian is now pacing
Brian
back
is
and
still
forth.
not part of the writers' room yet.
Yeah.
Let me turn this thermostat down.
This
a
is
little bit to
Brian's
help
worst
Brian's out.
nightmare. He's
Okay, I
thinking
got it,
Taylor's
I got
gonna
it,
take
okay.
his job out of this.
I got it. They pop out, the thing comes off, and one person jumps out and goes, "All you can eat, bitch." So
Okay.
it's pumping
Oh
full
wow!
of bullets.
And
Hey,
Taylor's
Reeves,
in the
Taylor-
writers'
What
room and you
about
said that.
Preeti takes the lid off and says it's a chef's tasting menu today?
Oh,
wow.
so that's
That's
two
great.
now. That's
That's
two
great.
now.
Oh my!
Reeves, Taylor, can I talk to you outside the writers'
Sure.
room real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Brian,
gonna keep
stay in the
thinking.
room.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
you
thinking
keep
of
thinking,
ideas.
Brian.
Okay.
You keep
That'd be great.
thinking. Did you guys hear that joke?
I did hear
Yeah.
that joke. And I think we do need to write him up on that.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to be the one to turn it in because it's like I'm always the hall monitor.
Mhm.
You're always that person.
Yeah. So Taylor, if you could take this on, if you could take
Yes.
this action.
And also take his job, please. Though.
Yeah.
Um,
Can you take his job?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, happy
We've
to take
been
over
looking
the
for a
team on this
third
case.
person for quite some time.
Say that again.
We've been looking for a third person for this show for
Oh.
quite some time.
To replace
And
the
you-
other third person.
You kind of heard when I was like trying to go through the show recap, and Brian got us down this alley of talking about nothing that's to do with the show. And like we
You gotta stay on target. I mean, I get
Yeah,
it.
we've kind of wasted like 6 minutes of show.
Do you guys smell smoke?
Oh, okay. Let's open
Is
the
he
door.
like setting things
my
on
God,
fire?
Brian.
Oh God, Brian! Brian, are you okay?
No.
No.
What did you do in there?
Why'd you change your
it's-
clothes?
Because the other one's burnt. I had no ideas. I had nothing. So I opened the fridge and I got in the fridge and I was like, what am I gonna do? I need some ideas. And then I got too cold. So I got out of the fridge, I got into the microwave.
My
and
lunch
then
is in there.
And then I
man.
caught on fire. And
Are you metal?
yeah,
Do
parts
you have
of
metal
me.
in you?
Parts of me.
Brian, and I think
You
we
can't
need to
put
step
metal in the
outside
microwave,
again.
Brian.
Yeah,
Brian,
you
you're
can't
not
put
supposed
metal
to
in the
say that.
microwave, Brian.
I like to watch Sparks.
Oh my God, a
What'd you guys
microwave.
talk about? Top Chef?
I think we have
We
to
are
at
the
this
episode
point.
recap part.
Yeah, I think we've gotten all the jokes for this. So let's get out of the writer's room before we
Let's go.
ruin it even more. We're gonna have to make a new writer's room.
All right, I'll
So-
put a sign in the microwave that no one should use it.
Okay, good. Put
I
a sign
wanna-
that says people should clean it after they use it.
Mhm. I
Passive
wanna,
aggressively.
what the hell is happening right now?
I need my charger.
Is she? It's like she's sailing.
We're mobile.
We're
All
mobile.
right, so they're doing a potato. 45 minutes. They got to make a potato dish out of this world.
I got two
Yes.
things that I want to hit real quick. One, at the very beginning, all of the guys are wearing white shirts and black pants, like they're in some high school production of Grease. I don't know what the hell was happening while they all dressed that way. Two, the judge's name is Mark Peel, more like Peel a Potato.
Yes. I was gonna bring up that he has a last name that's food related, which is
Mhm.
weird.
He loves potatoes so much.
Yeah.
Maybe
More
that was like a
Mark.
request when they brought him on. He's like, I'm
Oh,
only
yeah.
going to be a judge if this is the challenge.
The food can be peeled.
Mhm.
He said that he was trained and I forget which chef it was, which famous chef it was. I think it was the Wolfgang Puck.
Yes, it was.
Little Wolfgang Puck. Oh, dun 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 dun. And he said that he oftentimes had one hand on a potato and one hand giving a peace sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one hand on a potato.
One hand in my pocket.
And the other
Oh,
one.
is that what the Wait a
giving
second. Wait a second.
potato.
What song are you talking about? I'm talking about the Mark Peel song.
I'm talking about Alanis Morissette.
Who?
Never heard of it.
She a
yeah.
cook?
So the quick fire, they're using the humble potato.
But these
Yeah.
are some wild potatoes. There's
Yeah.
sweet potatoes.
There's purple
How many
potatoes.
types of potatoes can you name, Brian?
Yeah, right.
Top of my head,
Yeah.
Right now.
15.
Go ahead.
Let's hear 'em.
Whoa.
Yukon Gold,
Yep.
One.
sweet potato,
2,
Idaho potato,
3.
French fries.
Nailed it.
Did I get 15? Was that 15
That
of
was
them?
4.
It was 4.
That's close. That's
Right.
pretty close.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like a progression of potatoes.
Preeti steals Ashley's pot and Ashley flies off the fucking handle
Yeah.
about
That
it.
was drama.
Yeah. And then Jen says, "Man, Ashley really held it together."
Yeah, because I would have went off on her,
And
I
it was
didn't
like,
think that she was going to have her gnocchi done in time.
and she did.
She
No, she
did.
did a
She
good
threw
job.
that water back, and I was like, "Is she just giving up?"
Yeah.
But I guess she had some other water that she was going to use.
Do you guys
So-
think you can boil water in 13 minutes?
Yeah,
Depends
Do I
how
have
big
a
the pot
cover?
is.
Do I got it covered? Yeah. How big's that pot?
yeah.
You know, medium pot.
Medium pot.
How much water's in the pot?
Enough. But their burners are huge. They have like real
Yeah.
huge fire
Just
burners.
crank that baby all the way up, and
And you don't cook them
And
very
salt
long.
the water, too. That's important.
Please.
Obviously,
Of course.
they were dipping their little ladles into the saltwater tank. That
There's a
was next to
freaking
it.
boat on it.
Yeah.
Kraken came out. Pulled him down. Johnny Depp was in there.
Oh man, no one made Kraken today. They should have made Kraken.
Made Kraken?
Yeah, octopus.
So Jennifer won, but I think she cheated because she just made mussels.
She had like the mussels and the broth with the potato broth and the
Yeah.
mushrooms. Were there mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly
And
mussels.
Mike didn't like that because he was like, "Well, geez, if I knew I just had to do that favoritism, I was made a potato broth."
Yeah, why did he say favoritism?
Yes.
I don't He didn't understand
know.
any of
I
the
didn't miss
challenges
that. I didn't
today.
catch
That's
that.
why.
He does say that. You know, it's hard because, like, you know, we've learned all these things about Mike Isabella now that he's this bad person. But in this season, it's really hard to see that he's a bad person at all, or
Yeah.
that he has a problem with women specifically. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
see
picking
it.
up
So-
any of
Say
that.
it.
I didn't realize until watching this episode, after having watched episodes 1 and 2, I didn't put 2 and 2 together to realize that was Mike Isabella. And I was like, this guy's kind of an asshole. And then he was such an asshole in this particular episode that I Googled him while watching, and lo and behold,
Lo and
it's like,
behold,
yes,
DC's
he is
own.
not great for women.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't worry, he doesn't win. Spoiler.
Mm.
I also want to point out that Eli put pistachios in his dish. He was asked, "Did you shell them?" And he said, "No, they came that way." And then Padma took one out, put it on the table, and stared at him.
Yeah.
Gave him a death stare because she had a
Trying to
shell in her
fucking
mouth.
Kill me.
Yeah.
You trying to murder me? Is
She
that
doesn't
how you
like
get to the
shells.
top? Shells are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat a shell.
So we
Shelling pistachios in a quickfire challenge, though, would have been an impressive use of time.
What a waste of time that
Yeah.
would have been. Cut to, it's like 2 minutes left and he's still shelling
Still shelling.
pistachios.
He's like, I
He's in
picked
his
the
teeth
wrong.
to get in there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I
so
picked the wrong
impressive.
one.
I
I'll
cooked
make
my
one of
meal
those.
in 5 minutes, and I've spent the other 40 shelling pistachios.
Yeah.
What did you do for 45 minutes? Well, I shelled pistachios for 40 of them.
You got
Yeah.
like 40 pistachios here, no shell.
Yeah. This is all gourmet.
And then they hated his food. Too sweet.
Too sweet.
So,
But
we
they
go-
loved Ash's fake failed ice cream, which is very
I know. I love
funny.
how he was
Yeah.
like, he set out, he's like, I'm going to make an ice cream. And then he presents it to the judges, and he's like, I have made a custard for you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Handled it so well.
Smart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all in the messaging, right?
Yeah.
Spin.
Yeah. And then he laughed when they picked him.
it's like-
that shit was garbage.
Fucking morons. It's disgusting.
It's like, which ones didn't you like? That one over there with the fake ice cream. Let's talk about the elimination challenge. So, with limited supplies, the chefs were told they had to cater a meal for 300 airmen at Nellis Air Force Base, and the contestants worked as a team. As one team will hear a clip on why they worked as a team. They didn't have to. But they then later wanted to split up into smaller groups to make one dish, and Chef Mark Peel was one of the guest judges.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys feel? Did you guys stand at attention like I did when Colonel Dave Belote came in?
I did, and I said good
Yeah.
afternoon 7 times, just
Yeah.
like he did.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
He
good
came
afternoon,
in,
Good
I
afternoon.
stood
Good
up,
afternoon. Good afternoon.
I saluted. I said, "Good afternoon, sir."
Did you stand up on one leg?
Yeah, I stood up on one leg, and I said, "Good afternoon, sir. I'm not a. Please don't call me any bird names.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't give me a bird nickname. They love giving nicknames in the military. Please don't give me a bird nickname."
Mostly bird ones too.
Yeah.
He told us, don't be fooled. These men and women of the military have refined palates.
Yep.
They've been around the world and tasted the best meals possible.
Yeah.
You can't fool them.
You can't fool them. And then cut to this tastes like my
I love
potato salad I
Like
had.
my grandma's. Like,
This reminds me of the potato salad I had
Stuff
at the
look
last
gross.
cookout.
He was like, "This potato salad's like what my aunt made. And she was famous for potato salad."
Yeah. it
I
was-
love that. I think it was like, the end of the previous episode, and they're like, with a recap, like next week. And they had this clip of someone saying, like, wait till you try the bread pudding. And it sounded like it was going to be awful. Like the bread
Mhm.
pudding was going to be a disaster. And then we get to like the bread pudding part, and everyone was raving about it. And I was like,
Yeah.
that was a tease. Like I was
Yeah.
waiting for something, the bread pudding to crash and burn.
That's how they get you to watch.
I
A
know.
little dry. Little
Yeah.
dry. Little
Yeah.
dry.
Little dry. Little,
Okay.
what they'd say on British Baking Show. Little claggy.
It's claggy. Yeah,
It's
it felt
claggy.
claggy. Maybe soggy bottom.
Yeah.
It's all
Well, no,
stodgy.
the opposite of a soggy bottom.
Stodgy.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
stodgy.
But a pudding isn't that in Britain. A pudding is
No.
something else.
Pudding
It's
is a
pud.
filled muffin, isn't it? In Britain.
Let's
you
have our
guys-
British listeners write in and let us
Yeah.
know.
Do you guys
All right,
have like a
let's
sister
listen-
podcast? That's the Great British Bake Off review podcast.
You mean
Uh,
women doing it? A sister podcast? We
or
don't know
brother
any women.
podcast, sibling
There you go.
podcast.
You say,
Do you
there you go.
collaborate?
There you go.
We're in the works of trying to find a sister or sister brother podcast to make a sister brother podcast about this podcast so that we can collaborate and grow.
No one will say yes, surprisingly enough. They say we want to listen to your podcast first, and then we don't get a response.
All right, let's listen to how the chefs came up with the idea to form a team.
Meeting in the lounge. Feel good about that?
We get together as a group immediately, figure out how we're going to pull this challenge off.
What a couple of us have been thinking is that there's 15 people. We would make someone in charge to kind of be like a tornado to assist everybody, and then there'd be 7 teams of 2. Each team of 2 gets 1 dish. Jennifer, since you're elite, you would be that tornado because you don't have to worry about elimination. And if things, go good, then you look like a star again. If things go bad, then you don't have to worry about anything. But everyone else really has to worry about the food. And maybe we keep like an American theme about what's going to go on tomorrow. Does anyone not like that idea? Does anyone like,
I have zero problem with being the chef of the kitchen. It's what I do every day at my job now. I just hope everybody is respectful to each other and really does work as a team tomorrow.
Why'd they let Mike Isabella football quarterback that?
It
What a
was
bad idea.
Wasn't a bad idea, but I don't know.
It was very funny. I liked how they picked people and that the Voltaggio brothers wanted to work together, but
Michael
Mike was like, Mike Isabella's like, no, I'm gonna pick the good guy. I'm gonna
Brian's
pick
like, well, I saw that Mike went with, so I guess I'm going to go with someone else.
I'm going to use a similar analogy that I did last week with Mike Isabella. He's the type of person that, like, as a kid, you go over to his house for a sleepover, and he's like, let's play video games. And he
So
picks
far,
out
this is
this
me.
game that only he plays,
So far, this is me.
and he picks the best character, and he
you
beats
have to
you.
watch him
me.
play it.
You don't. You want to watch me play video games?
This is me.
And he just crushes the video game, and you're like, I'm going to go home now.
And then he
You
doesn't
guys ever
understand why you had a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever see the handgun my dad keeps underneath the bed?
You guys want to look at my dad's handgun? I know
Then
where
you get
it
on the
is.
bus. You get on
No,
the
my
bus.
mom doesn't even know when you take cigarettes. She doesn't count them.
You get on the bus the next day and you say, hey, man, why were you so upset when we were hanging out playing video games? It's oblivious.
He's like, you gonna come back over tomorrow?
Yeah, you going to come back over and play video games again? I don't know. Am I going to get to play? You shoot one back across the bow.
Mom has to work a double so I can eat pizza pockets for dinner.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we had for lunch today too? Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Ugh.
let's the chefs
This is
get
a
to
long
go.
episode.
It's gonna be long. The
Yeah.
chefs go to the airbase and they listen. They look at the kitchen for the first time.
Be available. Drive up on Denellis, our forest base, and we finally are released into the kitchen to see what awaits us.
Okay. What do we got, K-Money?
A lot of canned food.
Spam? Is this spam?
There's canned artichokes, yeah.
It's sort of on the worst fears kitchen. There's no stoves or pots. Our challenge is to serve 300 of the Air Force's finest airmen, and this is not an ideal kitchen.
Did you hear that? They were actually kind of playing the Spam Man's music when they were talking about Spam.
I got so nervous because
You thought he
Spam
was
was
gonna show
mentioned. I just said it. The music was playing. I was like, it
Yeah,
feels like Spam Man
yeah.
is going to show up.
You got to be careful.
You got to be careful. So, I mean,
It's almost like Candyman. If you don't say it too much, he won't show up, and it's fine.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
all right, we'll be fine then. We don't have to worry about it. I mean, Jamal, especially like in the condition you're in, I don't want him to break into your
I
place.
definitely can't handle him because he only warps into here.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah, he's never been to my house before.
yeah, he's never been to your
Me neither.
house, never been to Reeves. He never bothers any of the guests. He just comes here, and it's like I have to deal with him, and then I got to kick him out, and I'm not in a position to actually kick him out now. So
Well, let's just see if he shows up. So this is their worst situation ever. Canned food. These people, they're the most elitist. They're
No
just like,
pots and
no,
pans.
what am I gonna do? I gotta use canned beans. This is gonna be garbage.
I mean, some of this stuff was kind of hard. They didn't have any pots and pans or any stoves, right?
No,
What do they
there was
cook
one
with?
shot where they were putting was it chicken wings or something into this giant rectangular, what must have been like a stove, but it was, I don't even
Yeah.
know how to describe it.
Yeah, it's these just like huge. I don't know how else to describe it, but like a military grade things. But it wasn't like typical stovetops and pots
Yeah.
and pans. And then, like Brian said, lots of canned stuff.
Lots of canned stuff.
let's listen to the "You Can't Say That Anymore" clip of the week.
What do you guys need? I'm here.
I'm pretty much going to be this table's bitch in terms of refilling food.
Okay.
Okay, can't say that anymore.
She
dude.
can say that.
She can say it.
Yeah.
So they get to the base and they set up for lunch.
I said it earlier.
Preeti is rethinking
We
her simple
know.
pasta salad because it's simple and it barely involved cooking on a cooking show. That's my pet peeve.
Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking there. I don't know what you're doing.
You come on a cooking show and you don't cook. Come on.
They boiled the pasta though, probably, right?
They
Yeah,
boiled the
they had the salt
pasta.
water.
Mm-hmm.
I
Used
like
those
the
canned artichokes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like the scene where Michael has to mansplain his dish to Mike and how to serve
That
it.
was great. Just how to cut it.
Yeah.
He was like, "No, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna cut a bunch of them. I'm gonna throw them on the floor, and then they eat it off the floor like pigs, right? That makes sense to you?" He's like, "No, you're gonna cut it.
Yeah.
When they come up, you're gonna put it on the plate. And you can put the sauce on it, and then they're
Then
gonna
he
put
said-
it in their mouths.
In
That's
fact,
it.
put the lettuce on their plate and just put the meat on it.
In fact,
Maybe they can do
you
the
shut
sauce.
up and get out of the way. I'm gonna do it for you.
yeah. He said, I'm gonna do it.
I don't think you know how
You
to
go
cut
make
this.
your simple shrimp salad.
I
I
gotta
don't
get
know
back
what
to my
Michael's
salad.
problem was.
What was that dish that he made?
Salad,
Shrimp.
shrimp salad.
A shrimp
looked like-
Greek salad?
Yeah, it looked like boiled shrimp and then like mixed vegetables.
Tom said
Yeah.
that is not a Greek salad.
Yeah.
Or no, it might have been peeling potatoes.
Oh, well, it wasn't.
You
it
put some
wasn't-
olives in something. Look, as far as I'm concerned, you put olives on something, that shit's Greek.
One side of
And,
the plate
and
looked
he was like,
fine.
"Oh, I'm Greek. I'm gonna
I'm gonna Greek it up."
So it's confused now, but
Yeah,
he was like, "I'm a Greek expert. Like, I know what I'm gonna be doing."
Yeah,
that sounds like him.
that sounds
He
like,
did say that.
He keeps talking about getting his food to the Greek, and I don't know what that means.
We also
Not a good
see,
follow up to forgetting Sarah Marshall. What?
We also see.
Sorry, you're going.
It's. I think it's Mateen. Is that his name? And
Yeah.
We didn't see him do
Brian-
anything.
Brian,
Yeah,
well,
what
we
did
see him
Mateen
get
do?
yelled at by Brian.
Mateen was like, I honestly Googled, was Mateen edited out of Top Chef season, whatever this is, 6?
6.
What was
He-
he? Who was he partnered with? For this
He was
one?
with Brian Bot 3000, and he got yelled at for not pulling the tinfoil fast enough, which made
And
me
that's it?
laugh. He just goes faster, faster, faster. And
He
I don't
didn't
think it
get
was
a talking
Dutch.
head.
No.
He didn't get a talking head. He didn't get his dish shown on the quick fire either.
So you want to know something? This is interesting because he hasn't like produced a great dish in the first episodes, and then this one he kind of does bad, and then the next one might be the end of the road. So I think they did probably edit him out because he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything memorable for TV.
They love
like
the
it's not
chili.
bad dish, it's not good dishes. It's just like
it's just middle of the road. It's like
And that's the worst thing you can be on reality TV.
Yeah.
It's just fine.
Like forget that you existed. That's not
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
If you're gonna do middle of the road dishes, you need to like throw a pan at someone so they keep you on the show.
Yeah, you need to be a personality.
Yeah. So, which dish was your favorite dish, everyone? Which dish that if you were there, you were like, I gotta get that.
I don't eat pork, but I like the idea of barbecue, pulled pork barbecue on potato salad. Like, I think if maybe that was like pulled chicken, the barbecue chicken, I'd be all about that because that like reminds me of garbage plates, which is like my favorite kind of food. Like just everything together at once. I don't separate my food. I don't see food color.
You got it, Brian. You gotta stop saying that, man. We've gotten so many notes about that. I know it's like you like to just go into like libraries and stuff like that
and just yell it.
Where you eat your Italian food and say, I don't see food color. I think probably the whatever. I guess it was technically bacon, but whatever the pork thing that Michael Voltaggio made looked good. I would probably eat that.
I second that. That one looked so. I mean, even before it was it the winning dish?
I think so.
Yeah. Even before like they announced it, I was like watching the show and I was like, damn, that looks really good. And I don't hate on a lettuce wrap.
All right, we're all in agreement then. We'd all have the same dish. Yeah. So we're all winners.
I'm a part of the group.
You are a part of it. You said the same dish. You just wanted to be chicken.
I did not.
It was saying the pulled pork and potato one. The other, I think both of those were the top two though.
I could have sworn. I'm pretty sure you did say the Michael Voltaggio dish.
Yeah, you sure? I thought he did.
Well, I said pulled pork barbecue on potatoes.
Well, you have your reality. We have ours. There's no way we'll be able to know. So, but I'm pretty sure Jamal and I are right.
Why are you doing this? Oh, we're doing a new thing?
Welcome to Judge's Table, everyone.
Oh.
All right, so Michael, Eli, and Kevin are on the top this episode, but they might not all truly be on the top this episode.
So funny.
Such good writing. See, this is why we have a writer's room, because they come up with stuff like this.
Good stuff.
To be like, this was all good. We loved this food. Isabella, what did you do? Oh, yeah, I just kind of supported Michael when he was doing stuff and like watched him do stuff, and then I made salad. Cool. You stick around.
Yeah, you come back. We want to talk to you.
You don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You get go back there and you get two friends, you come back.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck?
It's the opposite of Mateen. He is not in the middle. He is both at the top and at the bottom.
And the bottom. Yeah. He's actually doing too much. He's getting on their radar way too much.
He got so defensive about it. He like was stumbling over his words. I don't know. I cut some of it. He made the pretty thing and I cut it up. Don't I get
mad
points
at you?
for that?
I'm mad at myself.
You didn't like my shrimp poached in oil.
When they're making the final decision, Isabella's talking to, I think he's talking to Brian and not Michael, and he's just like, yeah, he didn't like, but you weren't involved in that, so you get the bottom. Yeah. Oh, that's messed up, man. Like,
yeah,
I'd be so pissed.
Oh, well, let's hear it. I have that
like,
clip.
Nice.
How much he was rocking back and forth, like on his feet while the judges were talking to him. I was like, I was just giddy watching that.
Here's the curveball in the back stew room.
All right, guys. Well, the judges want to see Preeti, Lorene, and myself. It's kind of surprising.
What?
I guess it wasn't a team today, and whatever. So
that is the weirdest thing ever.
Good luck, guys.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
And,
anyways, good luck out there.
I asked them. I thought it was some kind of mistake of some kind, and I know you guys are pretty upset about this, and there might be a mutiny out there once you guys find out that I've been asked to be in the bottom. But I guess I gotta go out there.
Yeah, you guys stay here. Don't rip shit up.
Yeah,
stay back here.
I did like Brian going, yeah, that's so fucked up.
Because, like, in reality, Michael didn't let him help.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
He was like, I got this. Fuck off. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Yeah.
He's like, we walked into the fridge. I saw something and said, I'm going to cook this. And then I pushed Mike and Isabella out of the way and then went and cooked it on my own.
And then he brought their dishes back together and said, yeah, I'll just put it on one side of the plate. You put yours on the other.
Yeah, 100%. But like, if I was Isabella, I would have just been like, hey, let me do one thing and say this is partly mine.
And like take the small slice of credit.
Let's listen to the Tough Talk clip of the week.
Let's make pasta salad.
We talked about a couple different dishes.
Who said let's make pasta salad? No one. Someone said it. I don't think at the same exact time I said pasta salad.
To be honest with you, I don't know who said it first.
Actually, Tom, if you go back and watch the tape, they did say at the same time, pasta salad. They said, they closed their eyes. They said, what do we want to make? We'll say it on 3. And they said, pasta salad.
3, 2, 1. Pasta salad.
They're like, oh my God.
Georgia. Okay. Pasta salad in Georgia. Pasta salad in Georgia. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Rainwater.
Rainwater.
Okay. Rainwater. Atlanta. Rainwater. Okay. So now it's Reeves and Taylor.
Yeah,
Reeves and Taylor.
Rainwater, Atlanta. Rainwater, Atlanta. Okay, you ready?
You're ready.
3, 2, 1. Robots. Okay.
Robots and avenues.
Further away now.
Okay.
Okay.
Robots
We're
Avenue.
further
Okay.
away
Taylor
from
and Jamal.
mine, though.
Taylor
Robots
and
and
Jamal.
avenues. All right. Ready?
No thinking. Just do it.
I'm ready. You got yours countdown.
1,
2,
2,
3.
Parade.
Circus.
Oh, so
Okay.
close.
Parade and circus. We're
Yeah,
close.
we're close.
We are really, really close.
Close.
We're really close. All
Parade
right.
and circus.
Parade and circus. Parade and
circus. But
circus.
circus works too.
Oh, circuits?
I said circuits, but we can go off
Because of
circus. That's
robots.
closer to the
Circus is easier. Okay, parade and
Yeah.
circus. Here we go.
I'm
Parade and
ready.
okay, here we go.
I'm ready.
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Elephants.
Clown.
No.
Elephants.
All right,
and
now it's me and
clowns.
Reeves.
Okay.
It's me and Reeves.
Okay.
Clown and elephant. Clown
What
and elephant.
if nothing is saved and this is all we have for the episode?
I'll put it out. Clown and elephant. Clown and elephant.
An elephant. Okay.
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Circus. Feet.
You've already said circus.
I didn't say circus.
But you can't repeat in the
I can say
clover.
whatever I want.
All right, circus and feet. Taylor, figure it out.
circus and feet.
Yeah.
You can't
it.
say feet too much.
You know
on
it.
this podcast.
You got it. I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
1,
2,
2.
3. Pasta
Acrobat.
salad.
Pasta salad.
We got it.
We got
We
it.
did
Mind
it. Yay. We got a mind
We
melt.
got a
We got a
mind melt.
mind melt.
You know who didn't get a mind melt? Preeti. Let's listen to her elimination.
Preeti, please pack your knives and go.
Thank you for the opportunity to compete.
I'm definitely disappointed. I know how to cook great food. I know I bring great flavors to food, but I got to know the competition, and competition seems a lot stiffer than it's been in past seasons.
Bye, guys.
I think I've really learned a little bit about what really matters to me. At the end of the day, I really want to please the customer, and I don't think about what crazy cool thing do I want to make, and everyone better love it. Okay, bye guys. Bye, Birdie.
Keep killing it with
I don't have any regrets. I feel like
Where are they now, though?
So Preeti was nominated for a James Beard Award twice in 2017 and
Oh, wow.
2018. She was, I guess, like the head chef at 2 restaurants in Oakland, which are now both closed. Very sad.
It happens.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Restauranteering.
She's got a cookbook. She sells spices. You can go to her website. It seems like she writes a lot and does a lot of public speaking on cooking. in
Oh,
America.
cool.
So good for her. She's doing well.
Cool. And she's a
Okay.
Navy SEAL, so it's a really impressive resume.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
she also was
yeah,
SEAL Team
true.
6. She also helped kill Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
She's really accomplished resume.
And you know what? He's at the bottom of the sea. Taylor, any thoughts on that?
He's at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah,
He
your
really pushed
thoughts.
his body.
Yeah.
Pirate. Any
Um,
thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that's where all the dead bodies go.
That's right.
True.
That's right.
Yep.
Ooh, you
Good
heard it here
response.
first, everyone. You
Yep.
heard it here first. That's where all the dead bodies go.
Oh, God. Jeez.
What are the odds that this actually recorded?
He's going to be so angry when he gets back on.
God damn it. What is happening? End this fucking episode now.
Oh, my God.
I mean, so
What a
this might not
disaster.
even be an episode. I might have to-
Jesus
we have
Christ.
to do it again sometime in the future or something.
That's
Yeah. Thank you, Taylor, so much for coming on.
Thank you for coming on.
It was a pleasure.
We don't know if this all recorded.
Tinker Tailor
Sailor
Spy.
Sailor Soldier Spy.
Sailor SEAL Team 6 spy.
Oh, I love that movie.
And now who's playing imitation games? Sorry.
All right, let's go for our crashes again. God damn it.
All right. Until next week, we're gonna pack our knives.
This is fun. Absolutely. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Oh yeah, it's the Spam Man, and I'm kicking in the door to the writer's room. Where you suckers at? Hey, where's everybody at? I said it's the Spam Man. Everyone's gone. Okay, well, I'm going back to Spamapalooza then. Until next time, suckers.